Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you would please go ahead and type the number 1 in the questions box, the chat box, to let me know that you can. I would greatly appreciate it. I do. Thank you. Morning, Helen. Sarah, good afternoon. Afternoon, Zuriel. I saw yours popping there very early. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Just kind of moving stuff around. Hey, Larry, good to have you. Afternoon, Jim. Kevin, my friend, how are you? It's been a while since we chatted, Kevin. We probably need to catch up one day. All right. Excellent. Just keep in mind, each and every one of the candidates that we look at here today are all for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant as advice and or recommendations. Good afternoon, Robert. Or good morning, I should say, for you, right? Afternoon for me, morning for you, for Robert K. All right. Yep. All right, so we got Trading You coming up. When is that? Tonight. I am teaching Trading You this evening. For those of you that are in Trading You, make sure you are there, 8 o'clock. Got a great topic for the evening. Patterns in a Flash. The next one that Tony teaches is on the 12th, which is Wednesday. And then Inner Circle, Monster Market Movers, Mastering the Trade, all coming up soon. Mastermind Group is tomorrow night. We got a good topic for that one as well. I already talked to Amelia. Free online workshops, Power Hour. You're here. You're here. Hooray! Beyond that, though, we've got Coach's Corner each and every Friday. Guys, I am getting amazing emails from them. Please send me emails at support@wealthbuildershq.com. Let me know your thoughts on Coach's Corner. We're at a pivotal point. Do we keep it, or has it run its course and it's time to take it off the docket? You guys tell me what you want to do. If you want to keep it on there, I suggest you send some emails. All right? Brand new class Brandon has coming out, Your Future in Futures. If you were in POP over the weekend or covered Call Explorer, you heard me talk about this. You've heard Brandon mention up to this point as well. It's coming up on May 13th, which is this Thursday. And that'll be at 8 o'clock, or 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. both 12 and 8 p.m. And then also on the 20th at 12 and 8 p.m. So you got 4 of them coming up. It's the same training. You can register for all of them if you want, but it will be the same training inside of there. All right. And then Power Option Plays, Covered Call Explorer, and the E-Mini Think Tank are all on the regularly scheduled program for this week. Here's the follow us page. Make sure that you are. So I'm asking for your help there, and I'm thanking you at the same time. I'm getting all kinds of emails from YouTube on hitting certain levels. We just crossed over 700 subscribers on YouTube. We're hitting massive amount of views every month. But the Stock Market Millionaire podcast, I can't believe how quickly it's taken off. We're in like the top 5% of downloaded podcasts. We're barely a couple of weeks old. And then, of course, all of the other platforms. We are hiring somebody new to pick up some of the social media stuff. So because I want that to increase. There's more things that you guys need to be aware of what's going on in the market. I just can't get them out all day long. So having this new person on board will help to do that. So I'm really stoked about that part. Right. And again, here is Brandon's training, Your Future in Futures. And it's just that. It is your future trading futures. Brandon's going to walk you through all the components needed to become a good futures trader. All right. That was the other day. Perfect. So let me see. We got a couple things in here. Jim said Coach's Corner last Friday was great again with Brandon. Okay. So Amy, do me a favor. Would you please drop in the support email? Amy will drop it in there, Jim. It's support@wealthbuildershq.com. And that'll just make sure that, guys, I want to know what your thoughts are on Coach's Corner. I truly do. If you haven't been there, you are missing out from what I can tell you. All right. Let me see. That was didn't want to hit that button for that. That was a wrong part of the option chain I struck. So there we go. Amy just dropped it in. Thank you for that, Amy. So let's go take a look-see. Let's get rid of this. Let's go up here. And let's go to the S&P. All right. What's going on with the S&P 500? Well, let me bring it in a little bit. Yep, Tom said people can watch last week's archive on WBHQ-TV. Appreciate that, Tom. So if you go to the website, guys, and you go right here, WBHQ-TV, right? And click on that. It opens up and Coach's Corner. There we go. Brandon Wendell. All right. I appreciate that, Tom, for the thought there. So S&P 500 Friday. Holy mackerel, what a day Friday was. All-time highs, all-time closing highs. We finally broke out of this chugga, 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 chugga. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Thursday was a good start, but we had barely got up above that 4,200 on Thursday. And then the explosion came on the open Friday. I love the retest that came back down Friday. And then we just closed not quite at the 42.37 level, but 42.32. So 5 points away, but we did hit it. I'm not upset that it pulled back 5 points. It's resting today. Yeah, what were we up Friday? 38 points or 30 points or something? We closed at 42.02 and then 42. So 30 points, 28, 30 points on Friday, right? So overall, I'm not concerned that it pulled back a little bit on Friday. But here is when you look at, an email goes out the day of this event where we give you a topic of what we're going to talk about today. And the topic is developing a trading system, right? Because you need to have a good trading system. The problem is too many individuals have a singular trading system. They do one thing and one thing only. And it goes back to the expression of get really good at one thing and just duplicate it and do it over and over again. Yeah, that's good, but not in a trading system. You need to be able to pivot. We use the very PC word these days, right? The very popular phrase is you need to be able to pivot, to shift as the market does. And you need to be able to recognize what's happening there, right? And that's a huge component of, do I do a day trade? Do I do a swing trade? Do I do a credit spread? Do I do a directional trade? What is A, the market doing? B, what is your individual stock or stocks that you're looking at doing? Once you have that down, you can make a decision. And for those of you that haven't seen it before, we've got the 3 positions of the chair, right? So if I'm looking at the S&P 500 today, I'm back here. I mean, this is me. I'm back here. I'm just chilling out. Can't reach the keyboard. Can't make any trading decisions of, yes, I could do something stupid by hitting a key and hitting enter. The S&P is giving us nothing right now, nothing whatsoever. But if you go back and look right here, let's see. I'll zoom in a little bit. And also, let me get rid of the orange bar. We really don't need it right now, okay? So here, this would be me last week, all right? I'm sitting here. Perfect, right? There's nothing happening there. We're up, we're down. We're between 2 moving averages, the 8 and 21. That's, okay, but nothing that says, ooh, get excited, right? One day goes by and what happens? I go from here on the closing of that position, the breakout, the closing of that 41.91 level, the blue line, and now all of a sudden I'm here and I am sitting straight up. I'm not leaned forward, I'm sitting straight up, right? And that is, all right, you've got my attention. I'm not placing trades. I can do things now. My hands can reach. But that's not what the goal of this position in the chair is. The goal of this position is that I am focused, I'm paying attention. Back here, for me most of the time, it's my little yellow scrunchy ball, my stress reliever, right? I beat the daylights out of this. If you could see it better, it's worn where it used to have this nice shiny coat on it. Now all that coating is gone from all of this, right? With what the market does to you sometime. But this is usually me. When my wife is not home, drives her nuts that I bounce a ball off of the wall, even though the ball is made out of foam rubber. But that's me in this position of the chair, right? Whereas when you're here, I want to be focused on what the market does. The next day we open up, and I went from sitting here on Thursday to sitting at the edge of my seat on Friday, because now it's like, oh, okay. I like the gap up. Ooh, we got a pull down. Hey, we filled the gap and we bounced. Bam, where are we going? My thought was this black line, right? Which is our fib line. And that was, we have today. I'm just going to bring it forward at this point. And watch. That level is 42.37.25. My high on Friday, 42.38.04. So we just squeaked above it. So what did we do? We crushed it right where we wanted it to go. And now I need to find intraday setups that match what the S&P is doing. There is no creed here that says we're long-term right now. We're buyers, we're buying long-term, we're swing traders. There's no long-term direction here, meaning I don't have a plan that says this is what we're doing every day, no matter what happens. The plan has to be what's going on today. You know, I guess, how do I analyze this, break it down? If I had a choice of eating two foods that I could eat every day and they weren't unhealthy for you, right? I'll throw that in the mix. It would be pizza and chocolate. And if it had to win one over the other, chocolate would win, right? Period. Chocolate would win. But I wake up every morning and it's more of what do I feel like having today instead of I have to have the same thing today. I have to start my day off with a glass of orange juice, or I have to start my day off with a cup of coffee. No, which I don't do. I couldn't even imagine me on caffeine. No, I don't do that. I have no, well, I guess the chocolate is, but anyway, don't do that. I start my day off with what I feel like I want. I start the day off when I trade with what I feel the market is doing, not making a decision of, well, Dogecoin is going to talk tonight on CNBC or tomorrow night, whatever it was, you know, for Saturday Night Live, and not CNBC, Saturday Night Live. I heard it on CNBC. So I'm going to buy Dogecoin because it's this, it's that, it's rumor, it's bop, 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 bop. And they proved it true. Buy on rumors, sell on fact. As soon as Elon Musk started talking about Dogecoin came plummeting down, actually crashed on Robinhood, right? They crashed the platform on Robinhood. Go figure. Okay. So I want to look at the market. I want to make a decision. And my trading plan has to be based on what's going on right now. It should not be based on this is what we're going to do every day. I'm just a day trader. That's great. And there's nothing wrong with being just a day trader. Are you a breakout trader or are you a retracement trader? Friday, retracement worked well on the S&P, but it didn't work well on every stock. Some stocks broke out, pulled back very little, and skyrocketed. Some broke out and just continued from that point and ran from there. You've got to make that call. You've got to make that decision from a place of intelligence, right? From a place where you've got a plan. And ideally, that plan is written down. I have notebooks. I put mine away already today. But I have notebooks all over the place. Well, that's the wrong one. Oh, no, this is the trades. This is it. This is the trades. I have notebooks. I have two different black ones. I have notebooks like this all over the place, right? For everything that I do, I've got notebooks. For trades, I've got stacks of them. I don't know if you can tell there, but probably not with the depth, but there's about that much of trading notebooks that I keep out there. They're just old books. I'll go through them once in a while if I'm looking for certain setups and things. But that daily trading log helps me to analyze what's going on in the market, make some decisions, and I could use some historical over the last couple of days because I write down notes on what I saw in the market and what I did. You know, did I do this trade? Was it a stupid trade? Was it a good trade? Yes, I've made stupid trades before. Ask my wife, I've done stupid things. Ask her again, and she'll tell you he'll continue to do stupid things. And as a trader, you will continue to make mistakes. There's no question. Yeah, pasta would be a pretty close one, Robert. If I just picked the savory and the sweet, but pizza would definitely win out for me. Yeah, I didn't even ask that today, Amos. I appreciate you telling me that. Guys, give me the details. How'd you make out on trading today? Drop them in. Definitely pizza, Robert said, especially the Chicago pizza by you, Robert. Roman said, I supported local business, Amazon. Sorry about that today, Roman. Let's see. Jim said SPX were at the top of the Bollinger Band resistance area. Friday, we closed right above the top Bollinger Band. There you go. Right. By the way, Amos said $738 today, 3 trades, 2 winners, 1 win against them. Good. Oh, you got out. Oh, so Roman got out with a profit. Ah, okay. Nice. Tom said bullish on Valero, not doing much there. Bearish on First Solar, not much there either. Okay. Hey, look at the market. Look what's happening. See the plan? Market's not doing anything. Hey, Udo, how you doing? Michael, tried to get into the iron Condor trade, but I can't get filled. It takes a while sometimes, Michael. I don't always get filled right away. I actually got filled on the I got filled on the call side right away. The put side, it took me a while to get filled. So if I pronounce it wrong, I apologize, but Moshi, I think. Tell me your question. What is it? Yeah, and remember, Michael, on that Iron Condor trade I talked about on Friday, make sure you are reevaluating for that 50-cent credit that you're looking for. All right. So overall, S&P looks awesome, right? VIX looks just as well. Yeah, the legs have changed for sure today, Michael. All right. VIX looks great. Look at that move on Friday. Took us down to 16 and jingle. Where did we close up Friday? 1669. We're up a little bit today, which I don't really care about. Big move down. That little bit up means nothing. Best to look at this a little bit further back. You can see I've got a bunch of horizontal lines. We've got a support in there right about 16 or so, this recent one. But 14.5 is really our next stopping point. Wendy says, IBM filled this gap from Friday. Can it keep going up? Not sure, Wendy. We can look at the candidates in a little bit. Just remind me about when I asked you guys to drop in the candidates. Not yet. Drop them in there, and that'd be great. I'll gladly take a look at it. So Moshi, just drop that question if you have it. All right. So you want to make sure that your system comes up with the trading style that you're going to use or the trading strategy that you're going to use. Is it a covered position, a naked position, a directional trade? What are you doing? A vertical spread, a diagonal spread? What kind of trade are you looking at, right? And you want to base that on what the overall market does and what the overall stocks that you're looking at are doing. I've got a list of stocks that I look for specifically for covered calls, specifically for naked puts, specifically for diagonal spreads, right? I have actually alarms set on all of them right now to trigger if I've got three orders set up right now for a trigger. I'm looking for pullbacks on some. If I can get the pullback and the bounce, there's a consideration, especially if it is a stock that is not in the NASDAQ, right? NASDAQ is down 165. The Dow is up 273, right? S&P is up $1.50, so it's flatter in there, but overall still good, right? Even Chipotle Mexican Grill, what a gap down. Will it fill its gap today? Don't know, but I think we can get a half gap fill out of Chipotle, right? What do we have Chipotle? It's written down as a bearish candidate from last week. That was just a big gap down. Let's see if we can't get that half gap fill and then pick some bearish change up from there. Brad said, when looking at the EMA on your daily notifications, are you using the daily charts? So, Brad, are you talking about Trade with Rob? Yes. Okay. So on Trade with Rob, when I look at the chart, that's a daily chart. I'm always looking at a daily chart. You're looking at this right here, at this chart. That is a daily chart, right? We sent one out this morning. It was a little bit late. The guy who normally posts it was driving back from Florida in his bus that they built a bus. He built a bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, all that inside of a bus, he and his girlfriend. And he broke down in Virginia yesterday. So he never got it posted. We got it done this morning, though. It came out a little bit late, but it is posted there. Yeah, it's like a magic bus, Robert. I don't know how magic Sean thinks it is right now, but I certainly know his girlfriend does, and I spoke to her earlier. So we'll see. But no, in all seriousness, what's a definition of a boat? A hole in the water you dump money into? What's the definition of a bus, an RV? A hole on land that you dump water into, right? I mean, that you dump money into, rather. No water. You're definitely going to run into issues if you're driving it that much, right? Boat's just a little bit different. All right, so Michael said, if I get filled on one but don't get filled on the other at the end of the day, should I close the one leg? And okay, so if you don't get filled on one of them, Michael, let's say you did the calls and not the puts got filled. Today, you'll put the puts in again tomorrow. You want to have both sides of that trade. Bring on another 1,000. There you go, Robert. I like it. All right, cool. Good, Michael. Excellent. All right. Okay, so for me, if we go back to my list from power option plays, I'll get there. I got a lot of things in here. There we go. So I go back to this list. It's very simple for me to look at. I don't like the pattern of Apple right now. And I'm not even going to worry about earnings. Earnings is a whole different ballgame. I don't like the pattern of Apple right now. It's a day trade. If I look at my tracking sheet from the other day, I did it on Saturday. By the way, happy Mother's Day to anybody that was not in Pop or Cover Call Explorer. I had down as a neutral bias. I had down as a day trade. Not interested in anything but day trades on Apple right now. When I look at Adobe, right, I'm not interested. Well, now I am. And now that today's data kicked in, I like for a bearish trade the potential setup. Right, we had it down as a day trade on Saturday, but with where we are now, if I can get a little bit of a close below that 485.46, there's a potential bearish trade. And look at the opportunity. 473, 461. That is huge. 61.85, 24 points. Nice. All right, look at Amgen. Bullish. I'm good. Oh, look at that. Look at Amgen. Right? Amgen, what was the note? Bullish with the pullback to the 8. Now, if you are, and that would be a better setup if we can get down to the 8, depending on where the 8 is in relation to the fib line. But if you can't get to the 8 and you get the bounce off the 254, and I've got 259 right above head as potential, absolutely. But Rob, I already did that. Yeah, but guys, that gap up from where it is in that run, the thought that you're going to take that trade today, come now. There we go. All right. So look at that first candle. Look, we opened up here. We stretched all the way back down to here. So complete gap fill. We ran back up. We closed up, right? And then we went up, big whipsaw the next candle. So the first 10 minutes, there it is. And boom, this explosive move up on much lighter volume than the previous candle. And then that next candle started to give way, right? And that's where we fell apart from there. Right. So, no, I would have taken this right here. That would have been my entry. Yeah. Good for you. Not me. Right. That was too big of a gap for me to say, okay, let me start the entry now when my resistance is right here. Right. It was just too tight now. But now we've pulled back to the moving average and we're sitting there. If you can get a bounce, that would be a better opportunity at a potential bullish entry. The one in the morning was too aggressive, too fast for me to even attempt to try to take. I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses. Not really interested in chasing after it. Yeah, fib lines are good, Jim. We don't want to go down to here. We're good. That was a good bounce in there. So we're okay. Roman said CMG is bouncing off the 144 moving average on the daily chart. Yeah, we got to redraw the fibs here, which is hence why I put that little note in there. So it's right off of that 1400 level too. I don't have a 144 on this one. I don't think I put a check mark next to it, did I? Nope. Changed it, but I didn't put a check mark. Okay. Yeah, which is the important thing there, Roman, is what? We've got a confluence at 1401.72 with the fib line and the 1400 level. Right? Nice. Very nice. Looks like the dogs want to kill the Amazon driver. That big one is insane. She's tearing up that front door right now. I can see she's big, about 80 pounds. She's on her hind legs, glass door. She's got her paws up there, and she's barking through that glass. Some of the Amazon drivers, one in particular, just throws the packages, won't even come to the house. That one is a DX. That one is a pit hound. So not only can she be vicious, she is relentless when it comes to food. She will sit by you and never move. Just give me food, give me food, give me food. Right? And then the little one is a Morkie. Karen said bigger bark than Brandon's dogs. Yeah, and the big one, she'll take your arm off. Especially you go near my wife, she will take your arm off in a heartbeat. Your head off. Right for the jugular. I've seen her bite at people before. So Larry said, so would the confluence on CMG be good enough to look for a bullish trade with the 7-6? Well, we don't. So here's the thing, Larry. We're in a bearish bias. To take the bullish trade right now, it would be a day trade only potentially, but I don't want to take the day trade today after it gapped down all of this and now try to recover it in there. For me, I pass on those, right? The 144 is nice, but I need to redraw the fibs. So we've overextended on the move back on the fibs, and it's not a good place to be. Give me a little bit of a bounce here. We'll be able to draw a new fib, and then we'll be okay. Very protected, Jim. No Great Dane, boys. It's a pit hound. She's half pit, half hound. All right. Beautiful. So we look at the market today. I did okay. Did a couple of trades off Covered Call Explorer today. I got 3 of them off today. My Iron Condor is doing well. Very happy with the Iron Condor. You guys really need to look at what we do with the rut. Here was the entry. We are way about 600 point difference between the strikes that we sold. We've got a long way to go. All right. It's a matter of figuring out why those strikes, and these don't work any longer. The strikes have moved, right? Just period, the end, the strikes have moved. Figuring out which one is the right one, how much we're looking in premium, how do we manage the trade? There's components to it, right? But this is one of the trades, guys, this is one of the trades that I am a big fan of, that we push in Inner Circle and we push inside Mastermind Group, right? You guys need to learn this strategy. This is cash flow. This generates about 40% a year on average. And that's with 1 or 2 trades going against you a year. That's on average what it is. Okay. Marion said, rewatch the video on Condor and got it all. Cannot believe how it is. Good. I'm glad it was helpful, Marius. I'm glad it was helpful. Excellent. Yeah, it was good training. It was a good training. So, but really this strategy is critical to me as a cash flow strategy. This is one of the strategies that you can use. I talked about this last week in one of the trainings, but this is one of the strategies that you can use as a, focus on a bill. Let's say I want to pay for a car. I want to pay for a new roof, whatever. I don't have all the cash to do it. I'm going to put it on credit. I'm going to borrow the car on credit, and I'm just going to pay that loan off every month with what I make in my covered calls or what I make in my diagonal spreads or in my Iron Condors, right? If you have a $400 bill on for a car, let's say a month, just pick average. I know some of you have those $800 and $900 bills, right? But if you have a $400 bill, you've got to generate $100 a week. Generate $100 a week. If you're doing it with credit spreads and a $1 credit spread, if you could take 10 cents in, you only need to be able to do 10 contracts and be able to pick up that $100 a week, right? It adds up very quickly. And if you're doing on things like SPY, which 10 cents is an easy number for that. And oh, by the way, you can do SPY 3 times a week and Qs 3 times a week. So Rut, Jim, is an Iron Condor. Iron Condor. I mean, I don't do anything else on. Do not do the IWM. Do not do IWN. Do it on the Rut. There are other factors that affect the ETF that do not affect the index. So Michael said, I back tested the Iron Condor start on January 4th of this year up to May 21st. January was a loss, the rest were winners. There you go. There you go. You get 1 or 2 losses a year is what happens. That's normally what it is. I think I've had in the last 6 years, 7, 8 years, I think I had 1 year that was 3. That's it. If I can get 2 losers a year, it's about a 40% win rate. So, all right. What candidates you guys want to look at? Drop them in. Let me go switch over the symbol grid here. Let's go to all symbols so we could get things like your Wilder's average true range and such. So Tom is asking for Valero and First Solar. You guys get them in early because I will do the best I can to get through all of them. All right, Valero. I'm a big fan of energy. Big fan of energy. Let me do this. Let's get rid of that 144. I don't need that. Okay. So yeah, Tom. So look where we're at. Give me the pullback to the 77. Well, here's the problem. I'd love to pull back to 77.5, somewhat of a confluence on the 8, but we're not following it. We're following the 5. So bounce off the 5. We're looking at 84 and 84.39 as resistance. We need a Fibon in there. We need it here. 77 to 84.4 and 3 is 7. Oh yeah, we need Fibots along the way. Watch. Let's add the 136 and the 118. Ta-da! So look where we are, Tom. Look where we are. We're sitting right at that 80-90 level. We got to get above it in a close and a bounce. I'd love to see that happen and the 5 get right up on it because we're not following the 8 at all right now. The 5 is this very faint blue line. You can see on a regular basis, we tap it, at least in the last couple of days. We tap it, but we need to close above the 80-90 level today. Bounce on it tomorrow, the day after, and look for that 84 level as resistance. Big fan of it. And look at what's happened now with this gas line that's closed down, right? Because we're getting ransomware, right? So Maurice said, what is the rule for applying a Fibon? Okay. I'll make it as clear as mud for you. How about that one? Actually, no, we'll do a better job than that. So you need to look at what the Wilder's average true range is. And the easiest way for me to do it is to take you over to the page with that on there. Wilder's average true range, I'm going to round it. I don't need exact numbers. I got to be close. That's all. 244, so 250. So $2.50. You're going to double that. That makes it $5. If you notice in the column next to Valero on the left side, it says 494, our Fibon. That's nothing more than doubling the Wilder's average true range. Okay. So if I measure, is that greater than $5? The answer is yes. I need to split the line in half. Good point, Jim. On the Wilders, we want to change the setting from 14 to 13. Right? Same on the top. Any fib lines that have greater than that in there, you need to split that level in half. So on this one, we're $8. It's got to be less than 5, double the Wilder's average true range. Right? So I need those lines in there. Maurice, is that cover it? So Barry said, if we only have average true range, how do we get the Wilder's average true range? Okay, there's 2 things. Average true range, Barry, is going to be close, except if you have a big move. If you get a gap, you need Wilder's average true range because average true range does not account for that gap. So you want average true range. That is one of the reasons I like so much because TradeStation doesn't offer, at least 9.5 doesn't. That's one of the things I love so much about Trade Navigator is it's got basically every conceivable indicator that's in there. And I will let you guys know, first time hearing it is right here today, right? You're going to start seeing some emails come out about this. Trade Navigator will be changing. We have made some adjustments, some changes to the program itself that they have done for us. So it is now going to be renamed for us into what is called Omega Charts with a Z, Omega Charts, right? And so at some point, you guys will all see your charting. Those of you that use Trade Navigator, you will see that change, okay? And we'll let you know in advance. There'll be plenty of emails. You get pop-ups. We're going to let you know for sure what's going on, okay, about that. With the change of the program comes an increase in price. All right. So you're going to see us offering Trade Navigator at a discount right now. And then if you do have it, once Omega Charts comes out, you'll get everything that's in Omega Charts. After that, the price of the software goes up. So you're going to want to take advantage of it sooner rather than later for sure. All right. Just an FYI, use it, don't use it is up to you. But Barry, I love Trade Navigator because I can get just about every conceivable indicator that's not proprietary on here. Right. And they're adding stuff like that constantly in there. All right. So, but you could use average true range, Barry. It's off when you have a big move, a gap, not a move. That day right in here, your average true range would not work because of that, because it doesn't account for that. It only accounts for the actual intraday movement, not from where it closed the previous day. So Wilders takes that close into account. And I looked at getting it built on TradeStation, and it was about $900 to build it on TradeStation. So you can do that. All right, Marius, you're welcome. Good. Tom said the pullback to the 5 got me in today, and that was on. Let me go back because I lost all of those names now. Valero. Okay, got it. Got it. All right. So let's keep going. First Solar was the next one. Okay. Just checking if that was my trading partner. We're waiting on a couple of things to come to fruition here. And all right, we're good. Okay, it was not him. So First Solar, back into that same realm, right? Solar versus energy. You think solar might pop as some of the energy stuff gets hurt? Not looking like it here. Let's look at a bigger picture. Oh, want the moving averages on here for sure. Let's go over there. All right, we're in a bearish bias right now, Tom. True bear. You know, a lot of here kitty and happen at that 74 level. It's pretty much a guess, right? I needed to break down below somewhere where it's been now, but if I wait till it gets down below these lows, I'm almost halfway through the trade already. So it's just not a lot of clear. Not a lot of clarity. A lot of mumbling going on though. 68.58, Tom. It's just I'm questioning the entry into it period right now. All right, is that one? All right. So sorry that one wasn't much help. Win. For me, I wouldn't trade First Solar. I mean, that's bottom line. Win is pushed up right now into, we used to have this on power option plays. Win's pushed up, had pushed up to that 126.74 level on Friday. It gapped up above today. Give me a close above, a bounce, and a retest. You know, bounce off the 126.74 and a continuation up. And 133.25 is your next resistance. But you are going to have some hesitation right here, potentially at the recent swing high. Let's draw that in, and if we get called up next week again, we'll see if it gets there. All right, Tesla. Hope that was helpful, Tom. Tesla. Elon Musk. So we had him down as bearish over the weekend. We had it down as a day trade. Oh, it's bearish, baby. What? Day trade, really? Oh, because I know what's going to happen with him on Saturday Night Live. That's why. All right. I wouldn't have taken the entry today anyway. It's in the middle of nowhere right now. Who's asking DX? So I'd be cautious. Move back up to the 680. 620 is your target to the downside. Keith, you had that one in there also. Darlow. Darlow, how far back, how many years ago-ish did you meet me? Was that in some New York seminars somewhere a dozen, 10-ish, 10, 12 years ago? Just let me know. I'm good with, your first name. It's not like it's Rob where I can say, okay, I don't know who Rob is, right? Darlow is not your average name. And there's someone that goes back there to that time frame for me. So on Deer, we got earnings coming up. So day trade only, nothing swing. I don't see anything that excites me here as far as drawing fibs. Pull back to the 8 and a bounce, potentially, but other than that, you're at this high right here. We got above it on Friday, and now we just got to see if we settle out or Friday was a here kitty kitty. All right, let's see. It was Omaha. Okay, I thought it was 2000. I thought it was way back, but okay, 2005. There we go. Nice. All right. So be careful with this one, Darlow. Deer with earnings. They've had some nice. Listen, they've had great moves. Look at this. I mean, come on now. They make yard equipment. I guess everybody really wanted their yard to look good while they were stuck home with COVID. I don't know what else to say. I don't know enough about the company to say anything better for them, but pull back to the 8 and a bounce. Just watch earnings coming up. I don't know when the exact date is. Make sure you confirm it before placing the trade. Overstock, Zuriel is asking for OSTK. All right, hoy vey. Yuck. It's just, there's nothing about this that excites me. Here, I'll let you guys in on something that we do, and this is primarily things that I do with our higher level coaching students. Watch. And we do this in pop, by the way. My moving average is still below 25% of that overall fib, so I can take a bounce off the moving average. I've got enough room to the upside to take a potential trade. So we could take this trade. So give me a close on Overstock. This was Zuriel. Give me a close, Zuriel, near the 8 today, a bounce tomorrow, and 84.31 is resistance. So maybe 83 and a half, 83 and a quarter, somewhere around there is going to be my my target. All right. So I like the setup. I just wish the 8 was on top of the fib line. That is a better trade. So if we look at this, if I grade this as A would be a perfect trade, B would be a good trade, C would be no trade, right? This would be a B. And A would be if this fib line right here and this moving average were a confluence where they were on top of each other. That would be what I would want to see. All right, so I hope that helps. I'm just trying to keep up with the symbols, guys. They just keep flying in. That's why we've gotten a big number in here today. So that was Overstock. Let's go to the SPY. Paula, have you been trading SPY? And if the answer is yes, how often? All right, you see Friday, just like the S&P ran up to the 422.54 level, right? It's hit a brick wall right now, all-time highs. It's just slowing down. I'm not too concerned with it. The trade comes in this way, Paula, one of two ways. Break and close above the 422.5 level, retest and bounce tomorrow, which would be a B trade, or give me the pullback to the 8 and a bounce, which would be more of an A trade. All right, but it's not as if you say, well, this is the trade, this is what I'm going to do. You've got a choice here, and you've got to figure out, are you willing to wait for the pullback if it does that? And if so, great. Now the other question is, if it does break out, retest and bounce, are you willing to take that trade also? It's just a matter of answering the question, is this what I want to do? Does this fit my risk profile? Do I feel comfortable taking the trade after it breaks above, closes, retests, and bounces on that Fibonacci line which is the 422.54 level. It's just an answer. If the answer is no, no harm, no foul, don't do the trade. If the answer is yes, great. You've got to decide what it is. I'm okay taking that trade on SPY. You have to be now, right? It's a matter of your risk profile. I hope that helped. Oh, you're not, Paula. Okay. You should consider it because there are amazing opportunities every single day on SPY. All right. There's always chances to trade what's going on. All right. Almost every day. All right. That was SPY. Oh yeah, this is the BTC. That's Bitcoin, is it not? If it's Bitcoin, I don't have the chart. I don't have any data for them here. Someone put in Doge, DX. You put in Doge. If it was, yeah, so it must be Dogecoin. Dogecoin, buy on rumor, sell on fact. The rumor was out. Elon Musk is coming on Saturday Night Live. Elon Musk coming on Saturday Night Live. Buy it at 30 cents. Buy. The fact happened. He came on Saturday Night Live and it dropped. Buy on rumor, sell on fact. Sorry, I couldn't help you more with those. Bitcoin is tough. I'd rather see in Ethereum than Bitcoin. There you go, Brenda. We gave every penny back from Friday, huh? Back at that 328.92. Close here, Brenda. Plenty of room up to the 334 as a potential day trade again. If we break that 328.92, then you're looking at 325 as the next target. Clorox, CLX. Bigger picture, please. All right, let's draw a Fibonacci. Come down, sideways, nice move down, nice move down. Whoa, nice V bottom. Oh, I missed. Let's do that again. See, now I add that fib in there. Well, where are we? First off, we're in a neutral bias, which means day trade. But we're pinned inside of these moving averages, Brenda. I'm not interested in any of this. Get me under the 181, which would be the easiest setup, right? What do I mean by easiest? Our moving averages are in a bearish bias right now. The easiest trade to take is if we do break down. If we get a move up, I really need my moving averages to all flip to want to take the trade, right? At least partially. I at least need the 8 moving up through the 21, but that still makes it only a B trade at best, right? So not a fan of the, whoa, a lot of new messages. Not a fan of the setup on Clorox at all. You're welcome, Brenda. The reason that gets you in the trade is the same reason that takes you out of the trade. There you go, Amos. All right, let's keep going, guys. We got a ton of them in here. Facebook. Roman's asking for Facebook. All right. Ho! So we had Facebook down as bullish with the pullback to the 8, and Facebook went, ha! And just gap right down. If it stayed where it is now, Roman, it's a neutral bias. I'm not interested in taking anything on it right now. I would pass for me. Jim said Deere's earnings were coming up on the 21st before market opens. Appreciate that, Jim. Brad's asking for LMT. When I started manufacturing, we used to sell to these guys. That was when computers were massive. We had these huge aluminum cases that we sold for computer housings. Excuse me. Okay. I want to see a bigger picture. All right, so I'm good. We need a fib. Fibonacci, please. Here to here. All right. Oh, looking at a zero line breakout. I like it. Cool. Y'all may have done the homework for me already. LMT. Who was this? Brad. If I use it, I'll mention it. LMT is a zero line breakout. It's a trade that I do 3 times a week. I look to put it into a video called Trade with Rob. And what are we doing here? Okay, so we got a really nice, strong, nice move up through, right? We're looking for the retest of the 394.34 and the bounce. Where do we go? Well, the first question is, are we missing anything in here? Right? And we are. First thing is, I don't see any on here at all, right? No, okay. First thing is we're missing a line at 400. So let's change this to 400. You got a little sniffle here. I feel my nose twitching. We want to change this over to a dash dot and click OK. So that's number 1. Number 2, do I need a Fibit inside of there? Well, let me do this. So first thing is 379 and 394, 79, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 15 points. My number over here is 11. Yes, I need it. If I need it down here, I definitely need it up here. So I need to add in a negative 118, or a 118 rather, and a negative 136. Is this distance, 79.86, now less than $11? Yes. Right? It is $7-ish, close enough. So yes, that works, okay? On both of those. So now, if we get the bounce off 300, we've got a blue zone. Where is my rectangle? Just fix this zoom wise. Okay, so we have a blue zone in there between 400 and 403. So it's kind of a resistance area instead of a resistance line. So that would be my first target. Second target would be just under that 412. So you don't have a lot of run on the first one. Decent, but not great. But I'll take it. All right. Hope that helps, Brad. Appreciate the candidate. Netflix. Roman's asking for Netflix. Roman, I mean, how bothersome is this blue zone, right? Recently. It's just, come on now. Break out, finally. So we did. But now we've got, now is where I'm looking for 2 letters. Does anybody know what the 2 letters are? I'm looking for 2 letters as to what the next thing to do here is. What are they? I'm almost afraid to ask. There we go. LL. Look left. So what's happened? We broke down below from the 400 down below that, 500 rather, 504, 500. We broke below. Have we done it before? C, we have. We broke below. We pushed back up to that 400. We closed right 500. We closed right there, and then we gapped away, and it never came to fruition. Right? Now what? We broke below. We're looking. Are we going to get that move back up again into 500? And then what happens next? If I can get the fail, Roman, off of that 500 on Netflix, then we're looking at 487 and 466 as the 2 downside targets. And the confluence, remember, we've got a blue zone here. The confluence happens with the 8 moving average. Even though we're in a zone, that confluence, we're there. As far as I'm concerned, we are there. Guys, could you take the breakout today? You could. Here's the problem. We've done this before, and then we move back up. Oh, what if it moves down more tomorrow and we missed it? Then you missed it. Then you missed it. And that is an issue that you have to contend with. All right. So, Roman, I hope that helped. Amos said the reason that gets you in. Oh, got it. Nope. Read that one before. Debbie said, how do you pull candles or charts down when it's all the way at the top? I have TradeStation. So Debbie, and this is on 9.5, right? So let's say that I'm looking here. All right. You got all of this stuff down here. And let's say you couldn't see it depending on how your zoom was, right? Which is what Debbie's asking. There's a box right up in here for background dragging, Debbie. Click on it, and then your mouse becomes a hand. And you could drag your chart around, right? And then you would just disable and restore original scale. I never maintain current scale. I always restore original. And then you could also, I'm trying to remember where it is. You could also go in and center last price. The only bad thing is it scrunches the chart down. All right. So if I as I start going out, you can see it unscrunches there. But once it gets a major shift, that's why I stopped using it. It just wasn't very appealing for me that way. But you got background dragging is the button that you're looking for. Yeah, Amos said, I hope Facebook goes to zero. Yeah, I just hope, I don't care as much Facebook. I hope Zuckerberg goes to zero. I'd like to see him lose everything he has. Lima Dollar. I like zero line breakouts. Yep. Okay. Got it. Yep. LMT was in Trade Watch alerts today. Okay. Yep. A lot of look lefts. So Jim said for TradeStation 10, click on candle to highlight, then hold down the left mouse button on the candle and drag up or down on the candles. Appreciate that, Jim. Thank you. Yeah, take the guy from Twitter with him, right, Tom? Where's Teddy Roosevelt when you need him to break up monopolies? Yeah, well, we're not going to do that any longer. The monopolies have become too darn big. Too darn big. So, guys, here, Amy, can you drop in the link again for your future and futures? Guys, you need to register for this class. Get your tails inside of this class. And here's what I want you also to consider. I send out a video. If you're on our email list, you don't get this unless you subscribe to this video. I send out a video a couple of times a week on trading those zero line breakouts. When I find a pattern and a trade setup, we send that out. I'll drop that link in the chat box also for you guys. Click on that, register. It's another email from us. I know you may get a few, but it's another email from us separate from what we do now. All right, here we are. It's 1 o'clock, guys. I cannot believe how quickly it goes by. Goodness gracious. Just sat down. Sign up for futures and futures. Good. You will not be disappointed at all. Brandon, when he puts stuff together, guys, I mean, he puts full color brochures together when he sends to me and says, I want to teach a class. It's amazing. But he put it down and he showed me exactly what he's going to lay out in there. And I'm impressed with what he's going to do. Yeah, Amos said he switched to TradeStation 10. It was awesome. The change was minimal. I've got it on my laptop. I just need to actually run it. That's all it is. Yeah, Jim, hour goes by way too quickly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have a great rest of your day. God bless. And I will see all of you at our next update. I'll leave the room open a couple of minutes. Grab your future and futures, and I will see you all at our next update. Take care, folks. See you then.